What's up, Chad, and welcome to the video. So today I want to talk about a rug pull which happened yesterday for a project called Crowfi. Now these guys are a decentralized exchange on the Cronos blockchain. These guys actually launched over 6 months ago now. They launched, just about a month after the crypto.com and that released their beta version of their blockchain. And at the time, this project was, had huge potential, had a lot of people backing it, saying it was going to be, the biggest blockchain. Had some huge backers, lots of influencers behind it, saying how this had the potential to be the biggest decentralized exchange on the Cronos blockchain. Now, ever since this project actually launched, it's been nothing but a disappointment, really. The project was run by a two-man team, a guy who, one guy who went by the name of Professor C, and another guy, Senor Crow. Now, these two were the main guys working on the project. Apart from that, they had obviously had a team of admins behind it. But they failed to deliver on pretty much everything that they said they were going to deliver on. I mean, like I say, we're now in June, so the project has been going on for longer than 6 months, and the project still didn't have an audit done on it whatsoever. They were supposed to get their audit done by Certic, which they never ended up following through in the end, and they never bothered to get any audits done anywhere else with anyone. So, but that's just one of a number of things that they failed to achieve during the last 6 months. If you go back to the initial roadmap that these guys created, you can see why people had so much interest in this project, and you could see why there was people thinking that it had so much potential, but because it had so many things in the roadmap that were quite unique at the time, and if they'd got them completed fast, that they would have been definitely the first exchange on Cronos to have had those things implemented into their ecosystem. That being limit orders and charts and play to earn game, and they had loads of stuff in the roadmap, which unfortunately none of it ever got completed. In fact, the only thing that ever got completed since the launch was their token factory and launchpad. So projects were able to launch on Crowfi, create their own pre-sale on there or create their own token. But apart from that, they didn't ever tick off anything else that was on the roadmap during those 6 months. Lots of things were promised to the investors, but nothing was actually ever done. There was promised centralized exchange listings. They were promised that there was communication with crypto.com, and they were aiming to get on crypto.com, but nothing like that ever happened. I mean, I'm just showing you obviously this was the rug pull what happened. So what actually happened as of yesterday was the owner of the contract minted like a crazy number of tokens and then sold them all, obviously, and cashed out, and that's what caused this dump all the way down to zero. See, it makes me laugh. As of this morning, people still making little buys. I don't understand what that is. Some people are crazy. But yeah, even if we zoom out, we're going to maybe 1 hour, like 4 hour. Maybe we can even do a 1 hour, because there was that little volume on Crowfi during this time. You can just see that when you look at the chart, you can just see the project was just a complete failure from the start, really. Like I was saying before, these guys had huge potential. They had a really good roadmap set out that everybody, all the early believers in the project thought that, if they stuck to this roadmap and got the things out, that they would definitely be able to be the number one exchange on the Cronos network. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. They didn't follow through with anything. Unfortunately, as well, for the the seed and the private sale investors, like including myself, I was in the private sale for this project. Our tokens were vested, so obviously the token launched, and then it was all downhill from there. But all us private sale investors, we had our tokens vested, so we couldn't even sell out of the point. We just had to hold and watch our tokens going down and down and down. I mean, when it got to kind of this point here at the end of February, I mean, your investment was so far down that it was just like, what's the point selling anymore? Now, since yesterday, since there was since the rug pull happened, obviously there's been a little side community has been created where everybody's sharing their ideas and conspiracies as to what things happened. I mean, some people were saying that it most probably that the project was a slow rug, and it was intended to it wasn't ever intended to be a success. It was intended to launch, create some hype, and then was intended just to be killed off. And it kind of makes sense because from this initial volume and from the amount of interest they got and how much of a private sale they managed to fill before, even just after this initial launch phase, these guys accumulated over $200,000 in their marketing wallet, and none of that was ever spent. The excuse that was given from the team was always that the market conditions aren't right and that not enough of the features have been developed yet, so marketing the product now would be a waste when they can mark when things have already been done. But obviously none of that roadmap was ever done, so the project just kept going down and down and down and down and down. So the theory that it was a slow rug, could be something that was definitely true. Now, since the rug pull, the team, both Professor C and Senior Crow, they have both said that they think that the rug pull was done by a third developer who was hired to start helping on the project about halfway through, maybe about, I can't remember exactly when they started working. Obviously, when this project was going down, a lot of people lost interest in the project, a lot of people sold out, a lot of people were angry because the project has so much potential, but the team just weren't doing anything. And so they kind of said, okay. And then also the Professor C was supposed to be the main developer, always had excuses as to why he couldn't work. So he would have relatives die, and then he would have COVID, and he got COVID again, and just these ridiculous excuses as to why nothing was getting done. But yeah, around about halfway through here, the acknowledged the problems. It might have even been around about here when they had some slight upside. But they hired a third developer. They said it was a Chinese guy called Akira or something like that, which we'll get a bit into later. But they hired him to take over the work, and they're saying that the only person that could have rugged this project was him. So at the moment, the theory from the leaders of Crowfi, Professor C and Senor Crow, they say that it was this third developer, Akira, and other people in the community are saying either it was intentionally a slow rug from the start, or it was one of the two, either Professor C or Senor Crow has just decided just to give up here and rug the project. So yeah, they're the theories that are going around at the moment. Now, one thing I would mention, I do want to go over, is that in the Crowfi group yesterday, Professor C shared a screenshot between a conversation of him and Akira, and that conversation dates back to, I'm just going to find an image, I'll show you it now. This didn't have a date on it, there was another one with a date anyway. It had the date of 12th of December. So what this means here, first of all, we have a wallet address here. So this is a wallet address that was being used by Akira. Now, obviously, some people in the community have gone back and they've traced this wallet, and this wallet was created on that day, on the 12th of December, just before the launch of the exchange. But also, what this means is that there was a relationship between Professor C and Akira dating way before it was announced that he was actually working for Crowfi. Because, like I was saying, we go back to the chart, it was only after, lots of complaining by the community and lots of people leaving that they acknowledged that they needed, more help in order to advance things in the project. And it was then when they announced that there was going to be a new dev working on the project called Akira. But this conversation here between Akira and Prof clearly shows that their relationship has actually gone on much longer, and that Akira has been working on Crowfi for much longer as well. So already there's a bit of dishonesty there from Professor C. And so if you do bring up this wallet address there, you can see it's got 406 transactions. This is the wallet address. This is Akira's wallet address. But what you'll find is if you go into these 406 transactions, we're going to last here, you can see the very first transaction actually falls on it's the 13th of December, not the 12th of December. But the conversation, I think, was on the 12th of December. And you can see that's that 100 crow transfer that Prof made to Akira on that day. Now, this wallet was never used before, so there's no way we can trace stuff before of maybe Akira funding it from another wallet and then finding one of Akira's wallet. This wallet was obviously created buy Akira just to use for everything he's doing on Crowfi, and then obviously there's no way that we can trace that to any other wallet and then potentially trace it to a centralized exchange. But one thing that is interesting, because as I say at the moment, we don't really still know exactly what happened. We don't know whether it was definitely Akira that stole the funds, whether it was Professor C and Senor Crow who stole the funds, or whether it was somebody else. But one thing we do have that's a little bit useful, as you can see here, so we'll just go on to this transaction, and you can see where this transaction came from, and it came from this address here. So this address was used by Professor C to send money to Akira. So we know that this wallet address here is owned by Professor C. Now, this one has 361 transactions, and as you can see, there's various transactions going everywhere, in, out, doing all kinds of stuff. So if ever somebody really sat down and went through all these transactions, maybe we could find a transaction that is linked to a centralized exchange maybe. And if you can do that, then you can put a bit more pressure on being able to find the identity of at least Professor C, because as I say at the moment, we've got to kind of take into the consideration that all parties are guilty. So so that's pretty much the only thing we can do at the moment, really, which is so yeah, it's the only hope anyone has at the moment, really. Yeah, but there isn't really any hope, really. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of days the excuses that the team comes out with in terms of them trying to shift the blame over onto Akira, whether they can actually come up with some definitive proof that Akira was the guy who stole the funds. Also, a lot of people have been saying as well, another theory is that they believe that this Akira person doesn't actually exist, and it's just an alt account of Professor C pretending to be Akira in order to then, when he stole the funds from the project, that he was unable to shift the blame onto somebody else who doesn't actually exist, who was actually him. But yeah, these are all just theories. None of this is set in stone yet. They only happened yesterday, but like I said, there's just been very minimal effort and contact from the team since about able to try and get to the bottom of this. They sent a few messages yesterday saying that they're going to try and get to the bottom of it. Like the last one was that would have been 7 p.m. UTC yesterday was the last time they wrote a message, and that was sending that screenshot of his conversation with Akira. And so I just wanted to make a video just to explain what happened here. Maybe some of you guys were invested in Crow and wanted to know a little bit more about it. If you do know anything more yourself, then by all means there will be a link to my Discord server below. I'd love for you to come in and have a talk about it. And so that's pretty much it for today. It's unfortunate another rug pull. It's really tough times at the moment in DeFi in this bear market, and it doesn't get any easier when people are having the money stolen, but it is what it is. Anyway, so thanks for listening, guys, and until next time, bye.